Up YouTube, today's video is titled How to Lock In, how to get dialed, how to get in that mode, that mindset, that zone that you need to get into in order to achieve a certain goal or dream or mission or whatever you are locking in for. So, quick definition of locking in is, in my opinion, just focusing on managing your time and dedicating more time to things that are going to further your progress or your progression towards whatever you want to work towards. A goal, a mission, certain amount of money, status, wealth, whatever you want. So, advice, tips and tricks, what I do to get myself in that mode, hacks, if you will, shortcuts, if you will. I mean, nah, not really shortcuts, but you get what I'm saying. So, I mean, taking care of your body is huge. I'm on the way to the gym, so we might as well get that right out of the way at the start. You can't have a healthy mind without a healthy body. So, and that doesn't just go for physical, your physical body. That is also like, where am I going with this? Your brain, like making sure like your neurochemicals or neurotransmitters, the chemicals in your brain are like stabilized. So do whatever you need to do to get that in order, because your brain is a part of your body. But then you also have to look out for your mental health and learn what is worth sacrificing and what is not worth sacrificing in order to get you locked in, dialed. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think a big part of it is just being conscious of what you're doing with your time throughout the day. Like, if you're finding yourself sitting on the couch, like just kind of scrolling on TikTok, not doing anything like super productive, you have to like check yourself and be like, what am I doing right now? Like, I could be, learning about something. I could be reading a book. I could be cleaning my apartment. I could be doing this, doing that, do the dishes, do the laundry, something productive. But we find ourselves just chilling, and it's okay to relax. Don't get me wrong. But if you're doing that for an hour every day over the course of the week, that's 7 hours that you could have then spent in the gym, doing this, doing that, studying, looking for a new job, dialing in on the current job you have, working towards your business, educating yourself. There's so many things that you could do with that time that's gonna push you towards your goal rather than leave you stranded, and if you're not moving towards your goal, you're actually moving away from it. So the more time you spend, not locked in, the more time you're gonna have to make up for in the future. So I mean, it's hard. It's hard to be disciplined. It's hard to do the tough, things that we don't want to do. Maybe have to pick up that overtime. Maybe have to work a couple extra hours on the weekend. Maybe you have to work all weekend. Maybe you got to work nights, so your schedule's all messed up. But I'm a firm believer in hard work pays off. And I definitely think that's worth telling yourself. And you have to... It's good, like, to compare yourself to where you once were. Like, think of a time in your life when you were like, man, this is the worst. Like, I'm down. I keep getting kicked while I'm down. I'm not in a good mood, feeling depressed, whatever. And if you're not feeling like that, if you were able to make it through that time in your life that was tough and difficult, then you can make it through whatever you're going through right now. And chances are you're going to look back on your current situation and be like, you know what, things weren't that bad. Maybe I was just in my head about it. So keep that in mind. What else do we want to talk about with locking in? Let me think. Not for too long though. Relationships. I think this is actually a really good point that I'm about to bring up. So, in the process of locking in and getting focused and getting motivated and trying to better yourself, you're going to need to surround yourself with people that are going to push you forward and propel you. There's the saying, everyone's heard it, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room, yada, yada, yada. Okay, That's fair. And that doesn't mean like cut off all your day ones and move to Miami and all this, you know, BS. But like, you do need to surround yourself with people that are going to help you grow. Because if you don't, then unfortunately, like, your growth is not going to be as extreme. You know, think of it like this. There's a couple timelines of your life right now, the way it is. You know, from this day forward, your growth can be like exponential, like whoop, or it can be, you know, 45-degree angle, or it can be flat, or you can go down. And it's up to us. It's up to ourselves to focus in and realize, hey, you got one life, you got one shot at this. You got to put in the work at some point. You know, you can wait around for as long as you want and run away from having to put in some sort of effort into something to, you know, get the results you want. So yeah, the choice is literally ours, and we're our own worst enemy when it comes to like wanting to succeed or wanting to put in the extra effort. And sometimes you know, will work towards a goal and you won't see results, and then you wanna quit. You wanna, you know, stop doing what you're doing. And trust me, I've quit a lot of things. Like, and if I would have stuck with those things that I, you know, ended up not pursuing, life could be a lot different. But you also can't think about the past and be like, man, if I would have just done this, I'd be so much better off. You can't change the past. So don't even waste time like thinking, oh, what if? You have to just focus on the future, be present, you know, be conscious of yourself, and yeah, pray and hope for the best. Hard work does pay off. I'm pulling up to the gym. There's no parking spots. This has been a 7-minute car talk on how to lock in. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you watched to this point, please like, comment, and subscribe. You know the whole deal. Peace out. See you in the next video.